Okay, hello everyone. Hi. It looks like we had problems with the recording last time. Hopefully, the sound is better. I turned off my computer, turned it back on again, and let everything that needed to upload go ahead and upload. And hopefully, we're okay. How is everyone? How's the energy? Here's the setup. I think it should be okay. Oh, there's my socks. I just had my socks sitting there. Just got my feet got hot. You see it all here. You've seen the blood, the sweat, and the tears. Okay, that's better. Less of a. There we go. Beautiful. I think it's beautiful. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and I'm going to try again. Hopefully, the sound is improved. And let's do the empath prayer. Oh, and if you haven't had a chance to like, share, and subscribe, be great. We are at 93K now. Yay. All right. I want to call on white light protection for myself in this community as we ask permission from Spirit to access the Akashic records. We call on our spirit guides and our good angels to be with us. Please give us the clarity and the wisdom that is needed to empower all of us on our journeys to make the best decisions for ourselves, our families, the planet, the people we love, but also to help those that we may have strife with. And together, collectively, together we say, Amen. All right, so let's get into this. So, we had a little bit of an audio problem, so I thought I would come back on. Let's get started. So, it looked like, based on the cards, there was a possibility we could see the shutdown go on for a while. I saw continuing tension in the Senate, and it's going to be increasingly difficult for anybody to defend this president. It's simply collapsing. Excuse me. And the Republicans know it's collapsing. They know it's collapsing. It's just going to become increasingly impossible to defend this president and what he has turned our country into in a very short amount of time. So we're just doing four card blitzes. And let's go ahead and see what we find with Congress. Basically, I felt like Congress would find a solution. However, the truth be told, it could go on for a long time because the president looked like he wanted attention. It was like a child who wanted attention. That Two of Swords is moving in. Two of Swords is when a person is in a retracted state. This is something I got from picking up on the President of the United States, that he refuses to budge. He is having a temper tantrum. He likes to see the power that he's able to wield, the hysteria, the fear that comes with being an angry, powerful little boy. And that's really how you have to see Donald Trump, is that he's a powerful, angry little boy. So the thing that Trump does is he often gives people tasks that are absolutely impossible and then takes credit for the impossible task. So he may ask the experts to make sure that a bill gets through, but he doesn't do the work. He just tells them to do the work. And there is this desperate attempt to appease him, and he is not somebody that can be appeased. So it can go on forever, or it'll go on after 31 days after significant damage is done, right? or the Republicans can take control of the situation and realize that the president is not acting like daddy, he's acting like a spoiled brat who can behave horribly and watch as the adults scramble to get control over his chaos. That's basically what we're looking at. So Republicans are going to have to ask themselves, are they going to continue to run around trying to catch the baby, get in the middle of the chaos? Or are they going to cut the cord for this president? Trump will be betrayed by his own people. He will be eliminated. Not assassinated like that. I mean, like he will be either forced out or Article 25, because he presents as, no, I'm going to have it my way, and we're going to have this bill, and this is going to happen. And eventually, the backlash is so great that the Republican Party has no choice but to turn on the president. And at that point, he presents as the Ten of Swords. He's a lame duck president. They've already lost Congress. I can tell you, it doesn't matter if they're the majority. There are so many that are splitting from the president because they want to be reelected and they see the writing on the wall. And there's civil war happening between J.D. Vance and his people and Donald Trump. And that rift is going to grow, and it is growing. And it's growing because people on Trump's cabinet know that the writing is on the wall. And if they want to be in J.D. Vance's good favor because he's the next president, whether you or I like it or not, you cannot stop it. It's going to happen. J.D. Vance will be the next president. He will be 48, whether we like it or not. And if he wasn't, where would that leave us? Mike Johnson presidency? So part of the art of war is knowing when you're defeated. And that is really important for the Democrats to understand right now. Lick your wounds and figure out how we got here, so that when the next election rolls around, we're ready. And the other thing I would say is that every special election, both on a local level as well as a state and federal level, is every vote is important and every seat is important. But the energy here is one of the Ten of Swords. This president will be, because of his stubbornness, because of his temper tantrums and the grief, his opposition, the grief he has caused, even those people that supported him. He's not able to do anything. He just says what he likes. Say, for example, Elon Musk shows him a copy of the Oasis One project rebuild of Gaza. I'm just throwing this out as a theoretical. Peace, love, harmony, and trade in Gaza, and the security would be overseen by a conglomeration of Arab states that are part of the Abraham Accords. Now, this is beyond anything that intellectually Trump could put together. But it's something that Elon could hire or commission, or Netanyahu could bring in somebody like an anthropologist to produce something like that and then say, you know what, I think there's something here. And then they get backing for it because there's money to be made. And then you use somebody like Trump as an advertising person for such a concept, not because he wrote it, not because he built it, not even because he understands the thesis, but because he has this ability to generate fans and to be the star of the show and get audiences excited about a particular policy. But when you have this kind of retracted Two of Swords energy, sitting on the floor of Walmart, refusing to leave and sitting in your dirty diaper, there comes a point at which the parents need to be the parents. This is not the parent. He is not America's parent. He's America's big baby, and his diapers are dirty, and his nose is running, and he's having all kinds of problems. It's time for him to go bye-bye. And this Ten of Swords is moving in. He doesn't have a lot of, Trump does not have a lot of favors he can pull right now. I mean, when you've got an approval rating of 38%, now is not the time to test your power. You know, the grief he caused other people, the courts will likely stop him. Regarding ICE, that's the thing that I've been seeing quite a lot, is that ICE will be probably stopped by the courts. Right now, the courts have not stopped ICE, but Queen of Swords traditionally is the sword of truth, and she protects the courts. Hopes and fears the mental decline. And I'll tell you something else about this president. With this fear of the intellectual that's snooping, it's that hierophant, or it's the it's the hermit that comes in, and he's the researcher, and he wants to know what's going on here. He's also the person that might do a psych eval, right, or want to see all your medical records, because cabinet has a right to request that stuff, particularly if cabinet is deciding whether or not this president is medically unfit. It's a big deal. And it's a big deal that the cabinet is slowly coming around to, which is that this president must be removed. Ten of Swords is, I did so many things for you and you stabbed me in the back. You all took me out one by one. You all took the knife out. This is a tremendous betrayal. This is the kind of betrayal where Gavin Newsom is meeting in some dark, secluded place with Mike Johnson over drinks, agreeing to work collectively with the Democrats to get this guy out of there. It's that kind of creepy energy that we're looking at. And this mental cognition issue and hermit coming in, that he may be insane. I think that that's basically what they're looking at here. Examining the lunacy of the moon. The moon is that Cancerian energy, which is ruled by the wolf. Oh, it's that man who's loyal to a fault, right? And he's got that wolf energy, right? He's a Cancer. He likes to cook and play the violin. He's a country boy, right? So that is the positive aspects of Cancer, right? The dark aspects is sugar. It's associated with sugar, hormone dysregulation, the tides, right? How the tides are connected to the moon. See how brilliant Pamela Coleman was? I think she's such a genius. As you can see, those rivers and streams and all the water in our bodies is getting affected, the PMS, all that horrible. Boy, I'm glad those days are gone. All of that is associated with the moon, the lunacy of the moon. And then you have the inspectors. You have that with the hermit who shines a light. And it's an interesting imagery because it denotes as if to suggest that his sanity is being examined, and he's stopped by the courts and betrayed by his own. And the final outcome for Donald Trump is Lindsey Graham sitting in a room with him somewhere having a quiet conversation. Mr. President, the duty has fallen on me to inform you that we have reached a consensus in the Senate. We give you the honor of resigning. If the evidence is there, if a cognitive decline is proven by the hermit that moves in with the moon, we're examining to see if you're sane. If the outcome for this stubborn boy, Two of Swords, on a power trip is the Ten of Swords, then it is most certainly true that he will be betrayed by his closest allies. His greatest opposition is that he caused grief in others. The Five of Cups. Five is a number of restlessness. The Queen of Swords carries the sword of truth, and that is his enemy right now, which means 100% the Epstein files will be released. 100% the truth of every look. They're going to dump every piece of horrible they have on him with these types of cards. Hopes and fears, again, that moon and the scientist overlooking his insanity, and the final outcome is a judgment will be made against him. It will look like a betrayal, and he will be given grace. It's like being able to decide your execution when you're sent to the tower, right? It'll be a good death, right? It'll be an honor and a privilege to go out like this. Because the only dignified out for him is to leave of his own accord due to ill health and to say it wasn't fair to the American people. Then he looks like a hero and he can be wheeled out of there looking like he did what was best for the American people. Meanwhile, there's a document sitting on his desk that's ready to be signed by his cabinet. And if that fails, Senate has got the votes to pull him out. This is how it will most likely end for Donald Trump. All right, I want to thank you for watching this video. If you're trying to get in for a reading with me, you can find all the information below. Be kind to all so that all will be kind to you too. God bless. Peace out. We'll see you next time, everyone. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.